Hi, I'm Stephen with AlbertaUrbanGarden.ca. On today's episode, we're going to talk about this Espalier apple tree that I've added into my orchard. Espalier is an ancient method of shaping using a trellis a woody plant like an apple tree. This is a great method to fit a fruit tree into a small space garden, such as against a fence or on a building. Now, typically apples require two different varieties of apples to cross-pollinate. As luck would have it, on this tree we have both Spartan and Honeycrisp apples grafted to the plant. This is done through a process called grafting, where a bud or scion from your desired fruit is attached or grafted to another tree. Grafting is most commonly done with different varieties of the same crop. However, it can be done with plants of the same family. For instance, I have successfully grafted a pear scion to an apple tree. Unfortunately, your chances for success are low if you are crossing fruit tree families like stone fruits with apples or pears. Espalier fruiting trees are becoming more and more common, to the point where I actually found mine at a local big box store. Now, you can train them yourself from a juvenile plant. However, it takes a number of years to get to this point, and during that time, fruit production will be extremely low. When planting an Espalier tree, you will need to think about sun exposure and the support the tree will need over time. Most fruit trees require full sun. Make sure to select an area where you can get your supports in and the tree gets more than 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight during the summer. Usually in stores they are unsupported. However, when the plant has a crop on it and gets larger, you will want and need the support to prevent damage and to continue to train and shape your tree. I will be planting the tree just over 30 centimeters or 12 inches from the fence, as I will be extending the trellis out that far. This will provide the plant room to grow and easy airflow. When planting perennials, it is important to give them a good home. In my hard clay, I will dig the hole 1.5 to 2 times larger than the container diameter, and 1.5 times deeper. This will give us space and loose compost that will allow the plant to push roots while providing the nutrients it needs to get established. I usually fill the remainder of the hole with compost. However, you can mix in native soil if you do not have enough compost. It is important that the trellis supports match the existing branch levels. In order to do this, I will build the trellis after I have dug the hole, but before I finish planting the tree. Dry fitting the tree in the hole will help me set the height for the supports, and leaving the hole open allows me to make final adjustments. I start by attaching two 2x6s 10 feet apart vertically on my fence, making sure they are level before attaching them. I use one screw on the top and one on the bottom to allow for adjustments. I will need room behind the support piece to attach nuts and bolts that I will be using later, so if you don't have space, make sure you use a spacer. Once the fence supports are installed, it is time to set the height of the bolts. I will be using a 12-inch or 30 centimeter eye bolt to attach the wire, similar to the grape trellis I built last year. Using a long level, I set a mark for the lowest branch, making sure the branch itself is level before setting the height. For the remainder of the branches, measure the distance between the lowest branch and the next branch. This will make sure that they are all horizontal and parallel to each other. Mark the corresponding heights on the center of the support board. It is important to make sure you are marking the center of the boards consistently. I usually measure to make sure. As long as the other side's branches come out roughly from the same location as the original side, you can use the first one as a template. I will be using a 1/2 inch eye bolt that is 12 inches or 30 centimeters long to support the wire. In order to attach them to the support boards, you will need to drill a 1/2 inch hole on the locations you have just marked. Thread your eye bolt using nuts on both sides and securely attach them. Once all of them have been installed, it is time to run your wire. I get coated wire to prevent rust and physical damage to the plants as it rubs against it. Loop the short end through the opening and wrap it around the longer end a few times. Loop it back again and wrap it going the opposite direction. This can be repeated until you are out of wire on the short end. Then run the wire behind where the branches will be to the corresponding eye bolt and repeat. Run all of the wires before you finish planting the tree. As you are finishing the planting process, make sure to adjust the tree so the branches near the main trunk are level with the wires and the main trunk is parallel to the supports on the fence. It is time now to attach the tree to the trellis. I use reusable Velcro ties. However, a variety of things will work. Espalier apple trees do require a little bit more pruning to keep its shape and size. This year, because I've just planted it, I won't worry about it, but next year I will keep on top of it in order to make sure that I continue to train it and promote healthy growth that will be able to hold heavy crops in the future. Adding a mulch layer is a good idea to help prevent evaporative losses while providing a food source. I have selected a wood mulch. As it breaks down, it will promote mycorrhizal fungi associations and increase the nutrients the apple tree is able to access. If you don't have a yard or can't commit to a permanent trellis, Espalier apple trees, due to their size, can be grown in containers with temporary supports such as a bamboo frame. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for spending time with me today. I appreciate it very much, and I hope you have a fantastic day.